Well, as we enjoy this string of sunny days and head towards summer, doctors say pay attention to what you put on your kids to protect them.
Yeah, not only sunscreen, but also clothing and shoes. John Shumway checked with a pediatrician for a prescription for all of us. And John, you're joined by some very large people on the beach.
Isn't she cute?
She is.
What a doll. And mom's putting on the sunscreen, doing what she's supposed to do. But let's start with the clothing that's supposed to provide protection from the sun.
It goes by a lot of names, but it's clothing designed to block out UV rays.
I'm not sure that anything that says UV clothing is necessarily good. So you want to use that brands are recognized.
And it's more than just swimming wear.
In people that are hiking and running and spending the day at the zoo, it's a very reasonable option.
But AHN pediatrician Dr. Jennifer Priest says UV clothing is not an alternative to sunscreen.
I think it may be an alternative to reapplying sunscreen over and over and over again, but I still think you need to use sunscreen.
Do kids need sunscreen on a daily basis when they're just going out to play?
If they're going to be out for a prolonged period of time, longer than 15 or 20 minutes, I would definitely have sunscreen on your child.
As for SPF rating,
once you get above 30, 40, there's not much benefit. It's about putting it on repeatedly.
if your child will wear them.
I think it's reasonable to have sunglasses on kids and children.
And she says nothing beats a hat. As for their feet,
Whatever is comfortable is going to prevent the fall.
Dr. Priest says besides the obvious tennis shoes, there are athletic sandals like Crocs.
They have foot covering and toe covering that's very good, and they're comfortable and easy to wear.
But she says ixnay on the flip-flops.
I mean, I think for maybe the beach for a half second and the pool a half second, but flip-flops are actually fall hazards for people cradle to grave.
Oh, and by the way, on the Crocs, you know the strap that they have? She says on smaller children especially, make sure that strap is in use on the back of the heel. And back to sunscreen. Dr. Priest says sunscreens that are SPF 50 to 100 have more toxic chemicals in them and should not be used on children.
Huh.
Wow.
Really interesting.
Never heard that before.
Okay, but can adults wear those more intense sunscreens?
Yeah, we can tolerate the chemicals a little bit better than the kids can, but they also tend to have a false sense of security in that, hey, I'm wearing 50, I'm wearing 100. It
Right.
never wears off. Wrong. It still needs to be reapplied every few hours.
You know what, the flip-flops thing, I wore flip-flops as a child, I wear flip-flops now.
Yep.
And now I'm thinking maybe I should rethink that. That's so interesting.
I can't tell you how many times I stubbed my toes in flip-flops.
The worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
That's painful. All right, thanks, John. We appreciate it.